I want to talk about the Snyder Cut because we're getting closer to the actual release of the movie. It comes out on the 18th. And I know there's a lot of excited people out there to watch this movie finally. This movie was a long time in the making. And it's largely thanks to a very dedicated movement of fans that got this to come out. And I'm very happy for them. I think it's great that fans were able to mobilize and get this made. I think it's great that, a studio actually listened to the fans, which is very rare nowadays, by the way. And of course, because of that, you have a lot of articles now coming out, once again, because we're getting closer to the movie, that want to smear those fans. So I want to talk about that too. But first, let's go over some of the reactions to the Snyder Cut. And I'm kind of liking them. Bleeding Fool here, at Bleeding Fool, makes a good comment. If at GameSpot's movie review track record is any indicator, hashtag Zack Snyder's Justice League is poised to be a massive and epic success for HBO Max by every conceivable measure. They don't even review games very well. And they point out this: Zack Snyder's Justice League, relentlessly boring and endlessly long. And they give it a 3. But then you check these scores. Wonder Woman 1984, Our Hearts in a Fanny Pack. The sequel to Wonder Woman is the perfect movie for this moment in time. And then we move on here. Birds of Prey review. Truly fantabulous. Harley Quinn's new movie brings a truly fantabulous energy to DC's movie franchise.
What a story, Mark.
And you know what? Bleeding Fool is right. That's a good indicator that the movie's probably good. In fact, the reviews for the movie are somewhat positive. I was expecting a lot of these outlets to review bomb it. And I want to be clear, you can't trust critics. Never trust critics. But it is worth mentioning that for the most part, the scores are rather positive when you compare them, especially to the 2017 version, which is sitting at a 40% rotten. You've got a 75%. Is that fresh? I'm not sure what the fresh score is, but either way, it's a lot better than what we got before. All the reviews say that this is a much better movie. Even the people that didn't care, so they thought it was okay, right? They all say, just about every review says it's a big step up from the pile of garbage that we got in 2017. And that's a good thing. I couldn't finish the movie from 2017. I never went to go see it in the theaters. I did finally watch it somewhat on HBO Max. I couldn't finish it. I thought it was god-awful. I know I'm not the only one. I thought that movie was god-awful. So I'm looking forward to watching the Snyder Cut. I don't like, Man of Steel's okay. I don't like Batman versus Superman, and I hated 2017 Justice League. So I haven't been hyped up for this movie. I more so am hyped for the fact that the fandom got a huge win with this, which I really appreciate. But as we get closer, I kind of find myself hyped up for it to watch it. I plan on watching it on Thursday. I hope it's good. I hope it's great. But either way, this is a win for fans. I really hope it takes off because I don't want to watch that god-awful Superman reboot that's coming out with J.J. Abrams and that terrible person that's writing it. Go watch my video on that I talked about. But hopefully this is good. But as we get closer to release, you're going to start to see stuff like this. Comic Pros label fans excited for Zack Snyder's Justice League as extreme people. You can see the word for yourself right there. So this shouldn't be a surprise, right? They've been smearing fans of this movie for a long time, but they are looking for new extremes to label the fans with, and that's exactly what's going on right here. Comic Pros, also some of the worst, nastiest people, I think, on the internet. Most of them are all just terrible people. I've covered them to a very large degree, so check out some of my older content. But here they are going after the fans. They've been going after their own fans for a long time. They don't have very many left, so now they've got to expand over into other areas like movies and video games and stuff because, well, they've already ran off their own fans. That's why comic books don't sell very well anymore. But here you go. Here's Jamal Igle. This is what happens when you cave into these extreme people. Saw all this trending, and I thought the same thing. This is why we don't negotiate with these people, and so on and so on and so on. But, of course, we also get other articles that come out from this, like this one right here, saying that it's dangerous that this movie has been released. And this was released yesterday, March 15th. That's when this article came out. It's not old. It's very, very fresh. And I would expect more of these, especially if the movie is a success. So let's say that this movie blows HBO Max up. They get all kinds of subscriptions. It's very positively received, and the fans go crazy over it. Okay? You're going to see article after article after article saying, whoa, we got to pump the brakes. Let's go back to not listening to fans again. Why are we listening to fans? And so on and so on. Remember when they changed the Sonic the Hedgehog character? Remember the outrage from that? Not from the fans, but from the mainstream media, because the studio listened to the fans. That's what we're going to see with this, because these kind of movements need to be cooled down. They don't like this, because they should be the ones representing our interests, not us. And it's another desperate claw for these people to, like a claw to hang on, to stay relevant with, people and Hollywood and so on and so on. But this article's funny because it goes back to all the old cues. Here they are calling fans of the Snyder Cut racist, saying that they live to drive women and people of color offline with no evidence whatsoever. And it's funny that they would say that because, from what I understand, this movie puts Cyborg front and center. He's like the heart and soul of the movie and kind of the main character, Cyborg, who is a person of color. But let's go ahead and ignore all that and say that the fans don't like those people, which is exactly what they're doing right here. It's funny how they ignore those details and forget to point that out because, that would go against their narrative, and they can't have that. They want everyone to think that you're racist. Then they go on to talk about how Ghostbusters 2016 never got a sequel, and it's terrible because that movie did bad, so now they're trying to reboot the property by giving fans the sequel they want. Like right here, these fans have found success. Threats keep prominent female gamers from speaking at events. Jason Reitman is making another Ghostbusters sequel, saying he's handing the franchise back to the fans. And don't forget about The Last Jedi. We got to talk about The Last Jedi, as always, and how they retconned it and gave us that terrible Rise of the Skywalker movie that nobody liked, by the way. Nobody liked that movie, but let's mention that again, and let's talk about Black Panther and Captain Marvel. They're trying to say people downvoted Black Panther. For the most part, people liked Black Panther, so I don't know what that's all about. Captain Marvel is a shitty movie. It's funny how they go and defend that movie. That movie is terrible. Terrible movie. So, I don't know. This is just funny to me. What a slanderous article. Slanderous. So anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. As we get closer to the release of the movie, I expect this to be doubled down on. So we'll get some funny content from this, and watching kind of the media squirm, and the reactions will be good. And I hope the movie's a success. Even if I don't like it, I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if I'll do a review on it. If I do, maybe on my other channel I will, and I'll talk about it. I hope I like it. I'm hyped for it, and either way, I'm glad that it got made. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.